Quantum computing and lost Bitcoin, the truth they're not telling you. Imagine this, millions of Bitcoin, locked away forever, hidden behind forgotten passwords, lost hard drives, and cryptographic walls that seem unbreakable. Now imagine a machine so powerful, so advanced, that it could shatter the cryptography protecting those coins. And suddenly all that lost Bitcoin could be brought back to life. That's the story behind the memes you've probably seen. Quantum computers swooping in like digital treasure hunters, retrieving the millions of Bitcoin that everyone thought were gone. But is that really true? Could quantum computing really unlock the treasure chest of lost Bitcoin? Or is it just another myth that people love to spread without really understanding the details? To answer this, we need to dive deep into how Bitcoin works and where quantum computing actually fits in. Let's start with the basics. When people say lost Bitcoin, what do they actually mean? Some coins are lost because the owner simply lost their private key, the digital password that proves you own your Bitcoin. No key, no access. Other coins were lost when people threw away old hard drives or forgot the password to an encrypted wallet. The Bitcoin is still there on the blockchain, but nobody can move it. And then, there are coins that were sent to dead-end addresses, burn addresses, black holes of the blockchain, where no private key even exists. Those coins are mathematically gone forever. So here's the first hidden truth. Most lost Bitcoin is not sitting there with a visible lock waiting to be picked. In most cases, there isn't even a lock to break. Still, the memes tell a different story. They claim that once quantum computing is powerful enough, it'll rip open Bitcoin's cryptography, and anyone with a big enough quantum computer will be able to scoop up those lost coins. So, is there any truth in that? To find out, let's look at the two cryptographic pillars of Bitcoin. First, there's SHA-256. This is the hashing algorithm used in mining, and also in creating Bitcoin addresses. It's like a one-way function, easy to verify, impossible to reverse. Second, there's ECDSA, the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm. This is what links your private key to your public key and what lets you sign transactions to prove ownership. Now here's where quantum computers enter the story. Quantum computers could, in theory, use something called Shor's algorithm to break ECDSA, meaning if someone knows your public key, they could use a big enough quantum computer to calculate your private key. That sounds scary, right? But here's the key detail almost nobody talks about. Most lost Bitcoin has never revealed its public key. When you generate a Bitcoin address, it's not the public key that's visible, it's a hashed version of it. The actual public key only appears after coins are spent from that address. And since most of the millions of lost Bitcoin were never moved or spent, their public keys remain hidden, which means there's nothing for a quantum computer to attack. Think about that. Even if someone builds the most powerful quantum computer in history, they'd still have no way to target the majority of lost Bitcoin because the math doesn't give them a starting point. So those memes you've seen, the ones suggesting that quantum computers will dig up millions of forgotten Bitcoin, for the most part, they're wrong. Now, to be fair, not all coins are immune. Some Bitcoin has already been spent at least once, and when that happens, the public key is revealed. Those addresses could, in theory, be vulnerable to a future quantum computer, which means if the owner lost access to those keys, a quantum computer could one day step in and claim those coins. But here's the thing. The number of coins in this category is tiny compared to the millions that are locked away without ever being spent. And let's not forget, quantum computers are nowhere near powerful enough today to break Bitcoin's cryptography. Estimates suggest it would take millions of stable qubits to crack ECDSA, and right now, the most advanced quantum machines only have a few thousand unstable qubits at best. We're decades away from that level of power, if it even arrives. And by then, Bitcoin itself will almost certainly upgrade to quantum-resistant cryptography. That's another hidden truth. Bitcoin isn't frozen in time. The code can evolve, and if a genuine quantum threat appears, the network can adopt new cryptographic standards that quantum computers can't break. So the reality is this: quantum computing is not a magical key to unlock all the lost Bitcoin. It's a fascinating technology, but when it comes to retrieving the millions of coins gone missing, the truth is far less dramatic. Most lost Bitcoin is simply gone, not because of weak cryptography, but because humans misplaced their keys, forgot their passwords, or burned their coins on addresses that nobody can ever access. And that's part of what makes Bitcoin so unique. There's no customer support line to call, no forgot password button to click, no authority that can reset your account. In a strange way, the millions of lost coins are a reminder of just how powerful Bitcoin really is. It doesn't bend the rules for anyone, not even for lost fortunes. So the next time you see those memes, remember this: quantum computers might be powerful, but they can't rewrite the laws of mathematics, and they can't magically resurrect the Bitcoin that was lost to time. And here's the final thought. If you're holding Bitcoin today, the real danger isn't quantum computing. It's losing your keys, your backups, your access. That's the real risk most people face. Because while quantum computers may be decades away, human error is happening every single day. So protect your keys, protect your backups, and never fall for the myth that someone else can magically recover what you've lost. Because in Bitcoin, ownership is absolute. If you lose your key, your coins don't belong to you anymore. They don't belong to anyone. And that is both the tragedy and the beauty of this new form of money. So no, quantum computers won't retrieve the millions of lost Bitcoin. The coins that are gone forever. But that's what makes the remaining Bitcoin even more valuable. Scarcity is enforced not just by the code, but by human history and by every mistake ever made along the way. You've just learned the truth behind one of the biggest myths in Bitcoin, hidden knowledge that almost nobody talks about. Now ask yourself this: if the lost coins are gone forever and quantum computers won't bring them back, what does that mean for the scarcity and the future price of the Bitcoin still in circulation? That's a question worth thinking about, and one most people never even consider. If you found this video eye-opening, if it challenged what you thought you knew about Bitcoin, then make sure you hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more hidden knowledge that you won't find anywhere else. Because the more you learn about Bitcoin, the more you realize the story is bigger, deeper, and stranger than anything theme memes could ever tell you. Stay curious, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next video.